We're a couple of miles from the Colorado State Capitol building. It's Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. We've got a couple of teams, Greg, that can make it happen with the defensive front. That's going to be a huge focus on this game.
With the importance of the passing game in today's NFL, Mike, you know how great it is to be able to disrupt that timing and throw off the quarterback's rhythm. And no better way to do that than by being able to get after him, especially with your defensive line. You don't have to blitz. You don't have to bring a fifth rusher. Keep that secondary intact. If this defensive line can cause havoc in the pocket for this quarterback, it's going to go a long way towards slowing down what's been a very good offense.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Oh! This will be a Saints first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
This one down the field for Freiermuth. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. That's caught downfield by Harrison.
Ready.
That pass play good for 22. It's good for a Saints first down. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
60 Eagle, go!
A handoff as they try to... the ball comes out, and the defense has it. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
Go!
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Leggett. And he's taken down up past the 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll look to throw yet again. They go back to Leggett. He's got another one. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
60 Eagle, 60
A
Eagle.
good spot here.
Ready.
2nd and a yard. That one intercepted. He works free, right side. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick 6 for touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick 6 to make it a 6-0 lead.
Hey, Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick 6. So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Ready up.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Go. Hot.
Right back to the air following that pick 6. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Set up.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Set.
Got his man. That's Graham. 18 yards on the connection. First down, Broncos.
Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Come on. Come on.
Back to the air one more time. Now he takes off. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
Here we go.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot downfield. Now, let's check on the flag. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's first and 5.
60. Set up.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Cougar
Work to do
19.
now as they come up on second and long.
Check go.
Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Hawk 70. Hawk.
Throwing now on third and long. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught.
Okay, break.
So they move inside the 20. First and 10 at the 18.
Set. Ready.
From the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Denver. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Broncos move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line.
Come on. Come on.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Off-balance throw, it's complete.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Off play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth.
Ready, break.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Let's go now.
Now they'll set up to throw. Open man downfield, OBJ. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go. Start.
Now, faking the give. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
70 Lions.
Try again. It's second and 10.
19.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there. And it's going to be third down.
Ready, ready?
Quick throw here is complete. And the Saints have got a first and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Go, check. Go, check. Hut, hut.
Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line.
Ready up.
And that'll set up
70
second and goal.
Timberwolf. 19 Tiger. Go.
Now he'll run. And he's in. Touchdown, Saints.
Got it. Ready?
The offense staying put.
18 Cardinal.
They
18
will
Cardinal.
go for 2.
Let's go.
Up the middle they go. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
On the ready. Let's go.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. A pass caught right side by Coleman. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard.
Let's go now.
That's going to be intercepted. Oh, and his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Ready.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever.
Warrior 70. Hut.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Going up top and looking for Andrews.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. They'll come up here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to run it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Saints have got it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Coleman. That is caught. What a throw. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Broncos. Extra point by Little is good. The Broncos will up it to a 2-point lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
Okay, ready? Chop 60, chop 60. Shut up.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's complete. He's got OBJ. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So we come to halftime here in Denver, and the Broncos are out in front as we send you to Orlando. Going to check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
60 Bison, sit down. Ready.
He'll look to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Cowboy 80.
So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. That'll be taken in by Spiller. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Denver. Extra point by Little is good. And the Broncos will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Oh, he tries to lateral the ball, but it's a mistake. That ball is out. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Ready. Cougar 19. Here we go, shot.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. A throw on the run is complete. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Tag.
They'll try the right side this time. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Ready, ready.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Oh, he tried to keep the play alive, but it is intercepted. Picked by the rookie out of Penn State. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
2 incompletions to start the drive,
Here we go.
and it leads to 3rd down and 10. That's complete to Coleman. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Denver 1st down.
Ready.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Xavier Legette. Touchdown, Broncos. The decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2.
Let's go.
And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. This one, deep downfield for Chase. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Here we go, here we go.
So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line
Ready,
again.
Set.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And the Saints are going to be set up. 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. 12 yards on the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Okay, break.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal.
Ready.
Now off the bootleg. He'll look to throw here. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Here's another shot from the 6. It's 2nd and goal.
Go.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Ready. Hot, hot.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll find Chase. That's complete. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the... The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. 4th down and goal. Back to throw. And this is incomplete. They don't go for the field goal. Wind up trying to throw for the touchdown. They get nothing out of it on 4th and goal.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole? Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Here we go.
He's going to let it fly downfield for Beckham. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Again, working deep downfield. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. He's going to look downfield once again.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make...
That is caught. What a throw. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Denver. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready, ready?
And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Hey! Go!
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Let's go!
Throwing now on 1st and 10. This one down the field for Freiermuth. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did.
Go!
Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Shut up.
Throwing now from the gun. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. We'll come back and finish this one off after this.
Set.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on
Cowboy 80.
downs.
Here we go. 19 Lions. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Shot. Ready.
This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
Ready.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
They'll drop to throw. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
On the set. Ready.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. That's into the hands of Coleman. He's got room to roam. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready.
That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
Viking 18. Ready.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Come on, set.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock.
Set it.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly downfield for Beckham.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's going to try it here again. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. And it was their defense that led the way, forced 4 turnovers in the game. That is hard to overcome historically for any team. That held true again here today, as those takeaways paved the way to victory. That'll do it for us, for my partner, Greg Olson, our entire team, Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out on X at EA Sports_MUT. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.